Possible.
Hello, I guess.
Hi.
I was just some thoughts, and I guess there was a feeling of exposing them, not
Hmm.
knowing exactly the validity. Um, it was around knowing where you are, sort of on a dual sense or dynamic sense. Um, I've, I reflected this weekend a little bit, and I can't say there's any like permanent states, and I guess states are usually not permanent. Um, there's not like these maybe a little singular explanations of how when you're there and and for good, or I don't really know, but on another level I was like, well, I'm not suffering, I'm quite content. Still there are challenges, but feels more like there's a dance with them more than any.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so look, what stood out for me was this idea of um, being there.
Yeah. Can
Okay, so
I? Okay.
let's just play with that.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, yeah. So we're here right now.
Mm,
Okay, so in this moment,
mm,
there's awareness.
mm.
Where is it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, cool. And so what we can see is awareness is always here,
Yes.
and what moves is attention.
Yes.
Okay, or the focus. You
Mm,
can say it like that.
mm,
So the focus can move to a thought, can move to an experience. So the
mm.
question then, that focus of attention, is that who you are, or are you the awareness?
I'm the awareness.
Okay, cool. And that's everywhere and doesn't seem to go anywhere.
Yeah, everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
So all that moves really is the attention.
Yes.
That's it. So when we speak about being there, we're really speaking about our attention being there.
What about states?
So all, we can say states, like we have waking state,
Hmm.
we have uh, deep sleep, and we have dream state.
Mm,
Those are the different states. We can say we have states where um, in the if attention is including awareness and resting with awareness. So just
okay.
take a moment.
Repeat,
Okay,
please.
bringing attention
Yeah.
just to recognize that in this moment there is awareness here.
Mm,
And just letting the attention rest with it. If the thought comes, okay, let it come.
mhm,
And no need to change it or fix it or run after it. It comes, there's awareness of it.
mm,
And you just rest as this awareness. You let your attention just rest as this awareness.
mm.
So nowhere to get to because this awareness is already here. No body to get anywhere because that's not, you can see that's a thought.
Mm.
It's not real, so to speak. But from here, what's this idea of when you're there? What does that mean?
I guess a system upgrade or something like that.
It's just talking about, like we're not in the habit, you could say, of returning attention, our focus, to awareness. We're usually in the habit that our attention will run with thoughts and run with interpretations of the moment, which is basically a thought. It's an interpretation. This awareness is here, and as awareness, you can't really say how this moment is. It's ever changing. It's just we can't really say anything about it, actually. Just that when attention is resting and it's not running after thoughts and experiences and positions and justifications, and then it's pretty quiet. Thoughts can come and go. Experience can come and go. There's nowhere to get, there's no one to get them. It's just resting. So, if you Ramana Maharishi's invitation is super simple. It's like no matter what appears, if you ask who's aware of it, there can only be one answer: I am. And the question, who am I, is just a redirecting of attention to awareness. It's not an intellectual question.
No,
it's just only returning the attention to where it rises from, to its source. So, for most of us, the habit has been to run after thoughts and feelings and interpretations and all that stuff. And so, in order to develop a new habit, you could say, it's like this again and again, returning attention just to its source, to awareness, where it rises from. It's not about getting anywhere, it's just about, in a sense, you could say, the tendency to run, our attention to follow thoughts and to unconsciously feed some sense of me, some sense of our idea of what should be or could be, which actually is troublesome. Just, you could say, it makes some sense of not being at ease. So it's beautiful that you enter a phase of life where there's, I would say, relative ease.
Yes, I think you could say that.
Yeah. So what that means is that somehow already there's not such a big interest in running after thoughts.
Yeah, and holding on, I guess.
And holding on.
Yeah.
So now it's just a question of, in a sense, allowing that, I would say, tendency or old habit idea of getting somewhere, of maintaining something, of measuring awareness by you could say, by mind, by thought. You know, it's like there's a
I
certain way
guess
it's supposed to be or something like that.
I know that measuring awareness is that's that I mean that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't
Uh,
make any sense exactly.
but is there no merit to maybe it's some schools, some teachers that talks about stages, maybe then is there no merit to that? I guess I can really feel that there's still some
So,
it's there's
so
a
rather than me answering you,
mhm.
let me ask you a question.
Yes, do that.
So, as awareness,
Yeah. Yeah, there's no yeah, that does make yeah. I've
you know, so
yeah.
that's clear seeing. I would say that's clear seeing. Nobody's telling you. That's you
Yeah,
going with your own knowing.
that
So
does
then
make
it then
sense. Yeah.
yeah, then it doesn't, what other people say, what other teachers say, it really is irrelevant because there's a deep seeing that as awareness, none of that is real.
Yeah, it's not re as real as awareness at least.
Mm.
It's yes. It's out here. It's impermanent. It's
Yeah, exactly.
subordinate. I don't know what to.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, exactly.
um,
It's clear. So you could say if we had to speak of it in terms of like awareness is always here, and there's been habits, you could say, of attention,
mm,
and but those habits of attention, because the habit of attention is what produces the sense of I and the sense of the universe, you could say. Where and how the attention focuses produces our experience. So that's why Ramana's invitation is so simple and so clear. It's like that resting as awareness, it's simple. And it's just like retraining in a certain sense, a habit that has maybe gone on for generations.
mm.
And the deeper that habit gets, where the attention just rests, the less any trouble has to stick. So in one way of speaking it, it's like if you've tasted for a moment, which you have, it's clear, that resting, you know that that's home. So returning attention again and again and again. We can call it a practice, but it's not really because it's instant.
It's what? Sorry.
It's instant. The moment how long does it take to turn attention back to the
Yeah, yeah,
body?
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't take any time at all.
No. Yeah. At some point, it was quite clear that I guess you can lose states or stages or whatever, but like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
this, uh, this is
See,
this is reality.
yeah. I mean, in I could say in my experience, but in this journey, somehow what opened the door for me was in the acid trip, where I
Yeah,
experienced unbelievable, let's say, unconditional love, peace, joy, ecstasy. It was just suddenly there was that direct experience. And so for me, there was an error thinking I was running after maintaining that state, getting into that state permanently. And then one day there was a meeting, a satsang with Papaji, where suddenly that space opened up again. And tears were just rolling down Papaji's face, and his field was so powerful because he was so there was such a deep resting as awareness that there were maybe 300 people there, but no one could move. It was so powerful. And then he kind of shook himself out and went on as if nothing had happened. And it's really surprised me because it was like my idea was that to get into that and to stay at that. And then I was invited to his home for lunch, and that day I was the only one at lunch. And I said, that was amazing. He said, don't speak of it. I'll go back into it. And I said, why are you saying that? Isn't that what this whole inquiry is about, to sustain that? And he answered me in a very simple way. He said, in the depth of the ocean, it's very quiet. On the surface, it's wavy. And if you have a preference for the depth rather than the surface, then you're on the shore. And something happened in that way, that preference, you could say, a hidden preference of running after a certain state or a certain experience, and just dropped. It's like somehow everything was included. It wasn't like running after any particular. Because it just struck me, it really, it was that everything is included, everything. Right.
Yeah, I might. Yeah. If there is a running after
The state,
stages, whatever,
anything. Yeah.
It has not been obvious lately. Because
yeah, so it's like I can say that,
but maybe it's still something.
Yeah, there's just these subtleties that play, like some idea that it looks a certain way or feels a certain way. And so, there's so many ideas of enlightenment and what that means, or, it's like, but that's all thought or mind, you could say. It has nothing to do with who we all are already and who we always are.
Oh, that's clear.
Yeah. And so that's, for me, that's I could just say that recognition that who I am, I've always been, and cannot be other than that. It was interesting. I was having a conversation the other day with someone, and people were talking about my body, because that's a common identification, my body. And I said, actually, if we look, what we call the body is actually an activity. Correct?
So the body is an activity.
Yes, like the heart is beating, cells are dying, new cells are coming. And breathing is happening, and digesting is happening. It's an activity. It's not a noun. It's not.
Yeah, like everything else, I guess, in that sense.
So you just look at the difference in saying my body
is
and my activity.
Yes.
We would never say my activity, yeah?
No.
But my body is easy, because somehow we've been conditioned like that. But my activity, we would never speak like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll say my patterns or my pattern again, thinking of a pattern as something solid, but it's not. It's an activity.
No,
It's just
yeah.
yeah.
That's it. I think I noticed that something still feels solid or
Yeah.
permanent,
And
and
yeah,
so
so
and other things doesn't. There's some things that's
yeah,
that's obviously not solid or
yeah,
permanent, and something
yeah,
still seems that way
yeah,
through
yeah,
through
yeah. It seems that way.
uh
That's correct. It seems that way, but when you look, you can see it's not.
obviously not.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, yeah. My reference point, I guess, was sort of a death experience
Yeah.
where mind and body disintegrated.
Yeah.
And that was just, I don't know, seeing or knowing, not even self-reflective.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that has been a reference point, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. And then if
Yeah,
you look, all experiencing and experiencing itself is changing every second.
yes.
Yeah. So you can see that it's nothing we can hold on to. There's no experience. The experiencing isn't a noun. It's a constantly changing
Yeah.
phenomena. In a way, we can't hold on to any experiencing.
No, I guess the movie analogy was quite fitting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful inquiry from my perspective.
Yeah,
If
thank
you
you.
want to, just for fun, go to gallery view if you can,
just yes, I think
and
done
we
it.
can just check if anyone got any value from that exploration. Maybe some people got value, maybe not. Seems like a lot of people did.
I actually forgot about it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Just for fun, if anyone wants to play with it, just try internally saying the difference between my body and my activity and see what you notice. Because it's a very different when you say my activity, does it feel as solid as my body? Yeah. Really, there's activity going on, thoughts coming, bodying happening. Katerina. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Ah, Yeah, since you mentioned this activity, I feel more. I feel my activity more.
There's life happening, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's interesting, eh? It's like the activity that's going on that that shows up as embodiment or whatever. Trillions of cells, trillions, bacteria, viruses, everything doing a dance, and it's not separate from totality ever, because it doesn't exist without everything, without air, without water, without sunshine. It's not
Yeah,
separate.
it's beautiful because my body feels more like a
The
closed,
container, yeah,
closed
certainly,
container,
yeah.
and the activity is more alive.
Mm.
And I also could feel the connection from the thoughts.
Mm.
Yeah, how the thoughts also influence the body as activity. I'm actually super fascinated since biology about the synapses, how the thoughts create actually real manifestation in the brain. I'm in a huge letting go process of a long time relationship, and also I was at a funeral yesterday, and I just I realized this transition to open to like a new perspective or a new space, without a certain person, without being like, and this is the partner at my side, and this is how we walk, and it's really like I really feel like I have to these thoughts, that want to go there or want to go in despair or into victim or into sadness, like all these. There's really a question like how can this activity handle a new space, a new something new, because there might be this tendency to hold on what we used to. It's much more easy. It's much more comfortable than opening up, saying no, that it's something new.
I'm curious, is it actually more comfortable?
No, it's not. Maybe not. It's maybe just no.
It's like we have this idea of letting go, but the truth is, what can we actually hold on to? You can't. It's like, at some point, sleep happens.
Yeah.
And when sleep happens, doesn't matter, everything is gone. And then waking up happens, and pretty quickly it seems to put itself back together, but we don't notice that there's been a gap in that.
Yeah, but isn't it like kind of the identity I want to cling on, like kind of like you say, put myself together, so I'm not like standing in my apartment like totally lost, like who the fuck?
And so who does that? We say I do it, but really and truly just slowing down and just questioning for a moment. And just for a moment, just resting, not having to do anything, no idea of letting go, no idea of holding on, nothing, just here. There's awareness. There's life.
I think one part of it is fear.
Yes, and then so fear comes, and so just honoring it, fear comes. Who's doing that, or how? Somehow it comes up. I don't. But the question is anybody doing that, or does it come by itself?
For me, I feel a lot of voices who like tell me like now you have to, you know, like
Okay, yeah.
move, be
But
someone.
let's just stay with fear. Who
Yeah.
does that? Where does it somehow it rises? We can see somehow it comes up, but who's doing it?
Hmm.
So first we say with that question, who's doing it? Seems like it comes by itself, right?
Yeah, I cannot discover anybody.
Yeah, nobody's doing it. So something comes up, and we can see it came by itself, and in some ways it's trying to assist, trying to help us survive or whatever it is. It's got a function.
Exactly.
It comes, and it comes and it's uncomfortable. Feels like our survival is, especially if it has an existential quality, then it's old. You could say, who knows how many generations where that comes from? We don't know. All we know is that something comes up that gets labeled fear, and there's a certain uneasiness with it. We can see sometimes it's existential. It's tied to old trauma or some sense of survival. But usually, there's not, you could say, presence to check to see if our survival is actually threatened or, whatever. What is that comes? It's a sensation, basically. It's just a sensation that's warning us that somehow it seems like we have to pay attention to it. So, if you followed Ramna's invitation, it'd be okay, fears or something's rising that gets named fear, or like interpreted as fear, and who's aware of it? And was for
I
me,
mean,
I would
I
say,
try to integrate it in this body activity. Kind of.
well, that's, in a way, that's what we're playing with. It's just we see the sensation rises, and usually it arises in the way that our attention automatically runs with it. That's the habit, you could say.
Yes.
So in most of us, that sensation rises, and there's a kind of a speeding up and a running with it, and then trying to manage it or fix it or come up with a solution. It's rare that we just go, what is this? Is this real? Is it? It's a sensation. It's just coming up. Who's aware of it? I am. There is awareness here. First maybe checking, is there actually anything that right in this moment that's threatening? Is the fear real? You could say, is it related to the moment, or is it a projection into the future? And what function is it serving? Does it have any? Is it worth running with it, leaving it, putting it on the altar, and spending your whole lifetime compensating or organizing around it?
It's funny. I just had this thought that we do so much things so we can rest, later, or make sure that later, or just to make sure I survive.
Yeah.
But really entering the state of, for me, it's really being allowed to rest, to drop is There's some
So
resistance.
to rest in this moment, to recognize there is awareness here, in which the whole universe is appearing. Everything, time, space, matter, energy, everything is appearing in that awareness. The galaxies upon galaxies, universes upon universes, all appearing in awareness. Eh? And then there's fear that says, don't pay attention to that. Pay attention to me, because I'll save you.
Mm.
From what? From myself.
Mm. Mm. I just felt like, I guess there's an image of also built in society of people who don't get up anymore, you know, people who do not work anymore, people who are just take drugs or drink all day, you know, just to rest forever. Kind of resting in another way. But of course, I mean,
Yeah, I would say that that's not a true resting. That's actually a compensation for
exactly.
not really inquiring into fear or whatever's driving them. It's like it's so painful that's the compensation. So we're not talking about another compensation. We're talking about really seeing through it, not believing in Maya anymore, in the power, you could say, of Maya to take us into that. But to really see through it and just say, actually, who I am, I've always been. Who I am is that in which everything is appearing. Everything.
Oh, I'm touched now.
Okay. Great, Katarina.
Yeah, I just want to add, because I found it so weird in a way that this friend of mine who died, in her absence, she became so present, which is quite strange. You know, like the appreciation of the miracle we are, each of us.
See, it's interesting, even that, I would say, you know, we say she. What do we mean by she? You know, it's like, you know, if we take this expression called Isaac. So Isaac might have an idea of who Isaac is. Isaac's friends might have an idea of who Isaac is. What is Isaac in this instant? What is it? Where is it? Other than just feelings and projections.
And some wisdom and some
Well, yeah.
some love.
Yeah. Thanks, Katarina.
Yeah, lots of love.
Yeah, thank you. Bettina. Hey, Bettina.
Yes, just a moment. Mm. beautiful inquiries these days again. And it's now I can notice, yeah, a little thing of doing still. Collect, not me, it's me. Yeah, it's not me. Okay, what is me? Something is there just. And there is some idea of, oh no, I want to rest. Let me alone.
Yeah. So so there's awareness of that activity.
Yeah.
And that activity, you could say, is like, in some sense, it's refining itself. It's getting more discriminatory. It's seeing, okay, no, I'm not so interested in this anymore. So it's like, there is
Yeah.
awareness of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to stop that activity. It's just like, wow, is it useful? Is it necessary? Awareness is here, really.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So too.
Hello, beloved.
Mm. These days, almost everywhere you go, somebody's got a statue of the Buddha somewhere. It's like, and so then the question is that statue of the Buddha? Or, it's like it's an object. It's just, like some, where's the Buddha? Because we can say beloved, like even this word beloved, it's like, what is it? Is it real? Is the feeling? What are we talking about? Is it related to an object?
No,
Can we make a statue of it and then
no,
bring it home and be very spiritual?
no. I think that's just an expression of
It is, yeah, no
eternal
problem.
love.
Yeah, an expression of love in a way, you could say. Yeah. But then it's so easy that the love gets attached to a statue, an idea, something. It's like, then it's like we're worshipping a statue again.
Yeah, true. It doesn't mean anything, right? When it's an object.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter whose statue is that, Buddha, Ramana Maharishi, or yours. It's the energy, like this body, yes, it can go away from our eyesight, but it's just the energy. It's eternal.
Then it has to be beyond energy.
Yes. You are right. There is something beyond energy.
Otherwise, there's an attachment to some kind of energy, which is
Mm. You are right. It's even beyond energy.
exactly.
It's like everything together. Even there is no energy there. Mm.
Hank. Hey, Hank.
Hello. There's a little confusion, and also it's not. It's during the retreat in Germany, and also after the retreat. A few people said, "You have changed so much. You have changed so much. Your face is changed, and you are much softer." And also, that's really what I sensed, and what I see is that. But it's strange because in a way I was also thinking, no, nothing has changed. It's just the same as during the retreat and before the retreat. So the awareness does not change.
Mm.
And yet the nervous system and the body and everything and the feeling, everything changes.
Yeah,
And people,
and that is determined by the habit of attention. So correct, awareness doesn't change.
Mhm.
But where the attention is including awareness, or if it's just running after its projections, running after its interpretation of 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 the of the sensations of now, of the information of now. Usually that's always interpreted through our conditioning and through our trauma. And then, of course, if the interpretation is stressful or it produces some sense of separation, of course, something in the system will tighten up. But if there's no running after that, like it's just the face will relax, the nervous system will relax. There'll be some sense of flow, some sense of ease. But that belongs just to the habit of attention, really. Awareness doesn't change.
Yeah, and in a way, the habit of attention is just also something that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
That you can, is it possible to really see that, or do you just see the consequence of it?
Yeah, you know, to me, that's in that recognition, you know, like that there is, that this moment we can't begin to describe. We don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The habit is always to interpret and to give meaning and to make it seem, you know, like to believe that projection.
Mm-hmm.
That projection is all what could be called mind or maya or illusion, because it's not real. And that capacity to start resting and not running after that interpretation of giving meaning and the right and wrong and good and bad and all, you know, rationalizing and justifying and all that stuff. It's, man, so much more relaxing not to be in life looking through those filters, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then the capacity to rest and just feel the flow of life moving, which some describe as love or unconditional love.
Mm-hmm. And the confusion here is more when interacting with people. So when it's like when there is softness,
I want
here.
to slow that down.
Mm-hmm.
Are we interacting with people, or are we interacting with projections?
Projections.
Okay, we're not interacting with anyone. We're interacting with interpretations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is nobody there, really. Something in us, you know, has that. It's playing, it projects, and okay, there's Henk, and he's like this, and he's got a pattern, and I like it or I don't like it, and all that. But it's all just projection. It's not real.
It's all projection, yeah.
Yeah. That's why just returning to rest is the easiest and most sweet. Not having to believe anything.
Yeah. And still the mind here is saying, like, when I, or yeah, let's call it I, just an expression, am alone or am alone in nature, then it's more easy than when there are the ideas of other people, and
So
then then the projection starts that, there are other people and there needs to be interaction.
Yeah. So, and that's starting to reveal now. Those are all just projections. Nothing to do about anything. What can you do with things that aren't real? Just see through. This idea of alone or with others, or all this different, you could say, impressions of
What to say?
What to say? Enjoy, laugh.
Okay.
Thanks, Henk.
Bye.
While I'm thinking of it, it's just next week we start the celebration week. So there won't be open meetings until next Tuesday is the next open meeting. But this week will be the celebration every day. And this, if anyone has an interest, you can look on the website and send me an email. Satyam. Satyam, and then after Satyam, Daphne. Daphne.
Hi, Isaac.
Satyam. Hi, Satyam.
Hey. So, listening to all the people who come in and connecting the dots, and so what I understand is I'm just taking something from the memory when I was in Denmark, and this heart thing, and all the attention was focused on this movement and panic. And so when I look back, actually, there was awareness even when we are in the pattern. But there is a certain ease which happens when attention rests in that.
Yeah. And that is a beautiful recognition.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, in that recognition, the interest rises to keep returning attention to its source. And that interest is the fire, you could say, that will burn that habit to run with thoughts and with them, interpretations and all that.
Yeah. Let me say, I think these patterns are not very personal. If we were to open up with each other, then everyone would be raising their hands. Oh, it's me. I got that. So,
Exactly. It's not personal at all.
And this one staying as that. This is such a it's such a catch, because it does give something in return. That it's still a measuring of awareness. Something tells you that now you are aware. Now this is it. Some sort of story which interpretation goes there.
And then even that doesn't feel anymore. It's just like, it's just this, that's resting. It's always.
Yeah.
Nothing special, nothing.
No, yeah.
This
This is it's trying to, even the what we call the mind, the pattern, that starts to use this in becoming somebody somehow.
Yeah.
That,
I'm
that this
enlightened, or I'm awake, or
this
any
is
story.
now I got it.
Yeah.
Now I can show it to the world, or some
Yeah.
green horns come up. Look, now there's a light flashing everyone. Yes. So the simplicity of it is so. This is like just this. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. Love.
Definitely. Let me find you. Can you just wave a hand, Daphne? Oh, there, see. Oh, no, you disappeared. Oh, there, I see you again. Cool.
It was the wrong button.
No
Actually,
worries.
I just wanted to check my internet because I moved in another house and I don't have a good connection here. But I would love to join the retreat.
Sure.
So maybe we can check. I don't think it's going to work.
Well, it's like it is working. It's not a fast connection because your picture is freezing from time to time, but you can hear me and I can hear you.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I can feel you.
Yeah, that's all.
Mhm.
So just got a question, what's the celebration week? This next week coming up, there will be 2 meetings a day, 5 till 6:30 and 7 till 8:30. And if you have an interest to participate, there's a separate link for it, which if you let me know your interest, I can send you the link and also where the recordings for that week will be. The investment is €110 or 110 Australian dollars if you're here. And you just have to let me know and I can send you a link. So it's simple. Your internet is, at times it's fine. I can see your movements. It's in real time. And then at times it slows down. So it's working.
Mhm.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Mhm.
Esther.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Esther. Good. Good.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Tja. Hey,
Sorry, I have to pin you.
no problem.
Now.
Cool. Shanti.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Shanti.
I like your t-shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah, I had that Banksy. That's a Banksy. I had that as my profile pic on Signal. It's a lovely one. Very peaceful. Just had a question about the celebration. I can only attend 3.5 of the days, and so is that okay if I just pay half? It's exactly half. Okay.
Sure.
Maybe other people can do the same. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for making it clear. The main thing is that you get the link from me because it's a different link from this. Yeah.
Yes. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nirima.
Hi.
Hey, Nirima.
Yeah, I just want to rest a little bit.
Why only a little bit?
Can you rest heavily? Is it possible?
Yeah. Just resting, it doesn't have to be a little bit or heavy or.
Yeah, it's stressing. Yeah. I recognize something. It's the mechanism of old conditionings or old stories and present triggers. That's like that works together in a kind of perfect way, so that it seems that life gives you the triggers that recall, oh, if there is things in the past which are not seen or not felt or whatever, and somehow it fits. It seems to fit. Yeah, it's not pleasant, but it seems to fit. Yeah? And I'd like to. I'm so old now, and I'd like to somehow that there comes a point where the things are the past is over. You know what I mean? And life gives you a what is it, nudging or whatever to put you into these situations again and again and yeah. So
The easiest is just bring attention back to awareness again and again and again until it rests. Until it, yeah.
But what is awareness? Huh?
That's a good question. Stay with that question for a while and see what happens. And
what I can sense is in the meetings and exploring and so on and so forth. What I can sense is this deep peace, which is there when I do the effort to put my awareness to awareness, my attention to awareness. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Then there is, and it's very seducing, this piece. So that's drawing me.
Yeah, beautiful.
But it's like
let it have you completely.
Let it what? Have me.
Let that interest have you completely. Let it take you over. There's nothing else that can ever bring
you goosebumps. Yeah. Okay. I try my best. Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Thank you very much.
Bettina, thanks for hosting. Thanks, beloveds, for love, peace, beauty,